Om. 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Pranam. Mandukya Karika, chapter 3, 42.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now audible.
Okay.
Read 42. Not audible.
Amol.
Upayena.
Upay.
Something wrong. Upayena nigrunniyad vikshiptam kama bhogayo suprasannam laye chaiva yatha kamo layasthatha. It was told that in the case of yogi, the word was yogi, it refers to all ajnanis, asamyak darshinaha, the mukshu sadhakas, including Patanjali yogis, who do not accept chinjana viveka, who take the body and the jagat as real, mind as real. For all these people, whether it is freedom from freedom from sorrow, or gaining Atma Bodha, or Shanti, that is Moksha ka Shanti. All these depend on Manasaha Nigraha, Nirodha of the mind, Vrittirahitya of the mind. It depends on them. It depends on that. So therefore, one has to put forth industrious efforts to gain this Mano Nigraha, Mano Nirodha, for which Tittimaupakhana was told. It should be not only industrious, one should not give any room for despair, because obstructions are bound to be there, failure is bound to be there. On the face of all these, with firm determination, one should take to industrious effort without giving any room for despair. The question is that enough? Taking to that industrial effort? effort without despair, is it enough? No. It should be supplemented by certain upaya, which are going to be told in Karikas 43 and 44. Upaya means some means. So upaya nigraniya. So it has to be controlled by certain means that are going to be told in 43 and 44. They are, that is, jnanabhyasa, repeatedly dwelling on the Atma Sarupa with perfect vairagya. And that is why I said, by upaya, one has to take to industrious efforts without giving room for despair. And thereby, what should be done? The mind, which is kamopabhogayoho vikshiptam, that is, mind that gets distracted, that gets agitated on account of kama bhoga, that is, desires for sense indulgence, desire for sense pleasure, and there were preoccupation in sense objects. Not only that, laya is sleep. It's from sleep also, it has to be withdrawn, because just as mind getting distracted in the sense pleasure is obstruction for gaining samadhi, so is the sleep the obstruction for gaining samadhi. Let us see, we have seen the Karika. Let us see the Bhashya. Read Bhashya of 42. Kim aparikhinna.
Kim aparikhinna. Am I audible now?
Yes.
किम अपरिखिन्न व्यवसाय मात्रमेव मनोनिग्रहः उपायः न मनोनिग्रहे उपायः न इत्युच्यते.
Question comes. Kim, is it so? What is it? Manonigrahe, to control the mind, to make the mind free from vritti, to accomplish vritti rahitya or prashanta mind. Kim, is it? Aparikhinna vyavasaya matram eva upayah. The means is vyavasaya, putting forth an industrious effort. How? Aparikhinnam, without giving any room for despair. Is it the only means? Question. Answer is given. No iti uchyate. So it is not true. That is, aparikhinna vyavasaya is a must, but it needs to be supplemented by two further means. That was told in this Karika 42. Upaya nigranyat vikshav kama bhogyo suprasannam laye cheva yata kama udayasana. Bhashya continues. Read aparikhinna.
अपरिखिन्न व्यवसाय अपरिखिन्न व्यवसायवान् सन् वक्ष्यमाणेन उपायेन कामभोग विषयेषु विक्षिप्तं मनः निगृह्णीयात् निरुन्ध्यात् आत्मनि एव इत्यर्थः.
Aparikhinna vyavasayavan son being so what? Having taken to industrious efforts to gain manonigraha, and what? How it is? Aparikhinna without any room for despair. That plus vakshamanena upayena. By the means that is going to be told now, hereafter, in Karika 43 and 44. By this means, what should be done? Kama bhoga vishayeshu vikshiptam manaha. The manaha, the mind, which is vikshiptam, distracted, on account of what? Kama bhoga vishayeshu. In the sense indulgence, bhoga, of desired object. So kama bhoga means ichchita bhogya vishaya. That means the mind that is vikshipta on account of what? Kamopabhoga vishayas. That distracted mind, nigranniya, it should be withdrawn. It should be withdrawn. What is nigranniya? Bhashyakara says, nirundhyat. Nirundhyat means one should accomplish mano nirodha. Nirodha we have seen many times. Vritti rahitya. Making the mind free from vrittis, antakarana vrittis. Antakarana vrittis are always about drishyas. Unless with due efforts you make it atmakara vritti, brahmakara vritti. Otherwise, left to itself, it is always what? It is in the Vishaya, with respect to Vishayas only. Nirundhyat. And what should be done? Not simply that. Where it should be directed to Atmani eva. Withdraw the mind from Vishayas, make it centered, make it absorbed in Atma Swarupa. Means make the mind introvert. Introvert, making it absorbed in the Atma Swarupa means the mind is dwelling on Atma Swarupa means it is trying to become just like Atma Swarupa. There is no special effort to do that. All that effort must be to withdraw from the Vishaya. The moment you withdraw the mind from Vishaya, mind will be nirvishesha. Mind will be nirvishaya. Free from the attributes of Vishayas. That mind is bound to be by its very nature conform to Atma Swarupa. Be just like Atma Swarupa. Why? The Antakarana is designed so by Parameshwara. You need not do anything to make the mind conform to Atma Swarupa. All that you must do is to withdraw the mind from its preoccupation in the Vishaya Drishya Jagat. Atmani eva ityartha. Now, this is one big obstruction as far as the mind accomplishing Nirvikalpa Samadhi, wherein Atma Swarupa gets revealed, as it were, gets manifest, as it were, in its true nature without our cognition of Drishya Jagat or Drishya Upadhis. Upadhi is there because Antakarana in the subtle form is there, Samskara form is there, but it is required. It's a tool like mirror. But as far as your cognition is concerned, what you are aware of is Nirupadhika Chaitanya. It is true. Vedanta does accept avidyalesha or mayalesha badhita, sublated, residual avidya, residual maya in this state, but it doesn't hinder our cognition of Atma Swarupa in its true nature. Because totally cut off from Upadhi means that body ends. How is it possible to gain knowledge? This minimum link is there. It can go only in the Videha Mukti. What we are concerned with the practical cognition of Atma Swarupa free from Adhyastha, then theoretically, what is that? Accomplishing Atma from totally entire trace of Upadhi, which is not possible. Possible to gain knowledge. Videha Mukti is possible. But here you should get first Atma Dhyana, then Videha Mukti. So this is what? This lesha, residual, but badhita. What is badhita? Badha, trikala sattva bodha, kalatraya sattva bodha. The knowledge that it doesn't exist in 3 periods of time. When you see the mistaken rope to be, mistaken snake to be rope, you know that it doesn't exist in 3 periods of time. Badha or badha or badhana, sublation, is distinct from nasha, destruction. A pot was there, broken. Pot got destroyed. It is called nasha. It is not badha. But snake were not there at all. It was not there at any time. It appeared to be there. And when it appeared to be there, it was real, it was taken to be real. But on seeing in light, you discover all that is there is rope. Snake to be there is next to impossible. That knowledge is badha. Even mithyatva nishchay is based on badha only. You first should know, cognize directly, free from samsara drishya. Afterwards, it may appear to be there. It is badhita, sublated. So, therefore, this is what is to be done. That mind should be made centered in Atma Swarupa. All our efforts must be withdraw the mind from preoccupation in the Vishayas. Once you withdraw that, Antakarna, by its nature, conforms to Atma Swarupa. All these samskara, sheshas, etc. are irrelevant as far as our knowledge aspect is concerned. Read Kincha Liyate Asminiti. Kincha Liyate Asminiti Sushuptaha Layaha Tasmin Layecha Suprasanna suprasannam ayasavarjitam api iti etan nigranniyat iti anuvartate. Because in Karika, suprasannam laye chaiva yatha kamo layasata. As far as kamopabhoga vikshipta chitta nigrihyat was told, same means need to be applied to the mind which has gone to sleep. Now, a doubt is possible. Bhashyakara raises the doubt and answer. Distracted mind, okay. But mind in sleep is what? Relatively calm. Ayasa varjita. No exertion. At ease. Why should you control? No. Just as the mind distracted in the Vishayas, sense object, is an obstruction for samadhi, so is the mind, though at ease in sleep, is what? Is the obstruction. So therefore say, kincha, to add further, liyate asmin iti layaha was there, no? What is that layaha? Sushuptaha. Deep sleep. Why it is called so? This derivation is liyate asmin iti, that which merges, dissolves. Asmin in this means what? It means of the mind, immediate cause. In sleep, that is what? Mind is absorbed or merged in avidya, ignorance. That is liyate asmin. Or it can be like this. Sthanadvaya. Jagrad avastha, swapna avastha get merged in deep sleep. They are there, bija form, seed form, but not manifest. So therefore, sleep can be a state of dissolution, laya of waking state and dream state, that way also it can be taken. Or in sleep, the mind gets merged in its immediate cause, avidya, that laya is there, laya. Tasmin laye, in such, if the sleep comes, that also needs to be controlled. A doubt is possible, as you have seen. State of sleep, free from exertion of the waking and the dream state. It is a state of ease, not dis-ease. Ease, comfort. Why should you get rid of it? Says, reason is given. Suprasannam. At ease means ayasa varjitam. Free from exertion. That is api. Even though that is the case with the sleep, etad nigranniyaditi anuvartate. It has to be controlled. One has to come out of the state of sleep. The doubt is told. Can you read Suprasannam?
Am I Sound is coming, Swamiji?
In between it disappears.
Suprasannam chet kasman nigruhniyat iti uchyate. Iti
Nigruhyata. Nigruhyata.
nigrihyate iti
Iti.
uchyate.
Suprasannam te. Sir, if the mind is suprasanna, quiet, at ease, shanta, it is not working like waking and dream state. Chet, if it is kasmat nigrihyate, why it is to be controlled? Iti. If there is a doubt, the answer is uchyate. Read uchyate onwards. Uchyate yasmad yatha kamaha anartha hetu tatha layaha api. Uchyate. Here is the answer. What is it? Because yasmad yatha kamaha anartha hetu. Just as desire is the cause for anartha, means undesired obstruction for samadhi. Nartha, not sought after. So it is because it is samadhi virodhi, like desire, tatha layahapi. Even deep sleep state also is samadhi virodhi. It is an obstruction to accomplish that state of mind which can become just like Atma Sarupa, being nirvishesha, being free from the impressions of Drishya Jagat. Therefore, ataha kama vishayasya manasaha nigrahavat layadapi nirodhavyam ityarthaha. Therefore, kama vishayasya manasa, a mind which is preoccupied in the sense of that vishaya, nigrahavat, like controlling, in the sense withdrawing that mind and making it centered in Atma Sarupa. Like that. Layadapi, from sleep also, manaha nirodhavyam, mind must be woken up. It should not be allowed to go to sleep. Nirodhavyam, it should be controlled. See, at times, no, certain emergency conditions of patient is not allowed to sleep. For example, a snake bite is there. That person should not sleep. He should be, somehow he should see that he is awake. So like that, here, sleep should not be allowed. It obstructs the samadhi. Ityartha. Now, upayena nigrihniyat was told in the 42. The question comes, what is that upaya? What is that means? That is now being told here in 43 and also continues in 44. Dukkham sarvamanusmritya
Kama bhogan nivartayet.
Continue.
Ajam sarvamanusmritya jatam naiva tu pashyati.
Sarvam dukkham and iti anusmritya. Kama bhogat and manaha nivartayet. Nivartayet. Ajam and Brahma sarvam and iti anusmritya and dvaita continue with jatam. Dvaita jatam naeva pashyati. Naeva pashyati. Sarvam dukkham iti anusmritya. Sarvam. What is everything? Come on, tell me, what is everything? Everything can be entire Jagat. But you have said everything. It will include Atma Brahma also. No. Means everything which is presented by avidya. Atma Brahma is excluded. Sarvam means the Dvaita Jagat projected by avidya. It is what? Dukkham iti. It is what? Dukkham. Sorrow. Entire Jagat is of the nature of sorrow. Our mind will revolt. How is it possible? From Vishaya Bhoga, we get goody things. Invariably, 99% run after this. The Jagat to get the joy. And what are you telling? Entire Jagat is a source of sorrow. You seem to be over pessimistic. You should be optimistic. Optimism is dangerous here as far as truth is concerned. It is not what majority takes to be true, but it is what the truth is declared by the highest pramana. Jagat is source of happiness, a notion, not totally true, is presented to us by our pramanas like pratyaksha, anumana, etc. But this pramana gets negated by highest pramana, that is the Shruti. What Shruti says? Entire Jagat is a false impression. It is bound to lead you to calamitous sorrows, disastrous sorrows, though the statement may appear to be over-exaggerated. It is not so. Only when differs. At many times, such sorrow come, and yet we are so habituated, we somehow, what? Kaam chalao. Without proper use of viveka. Why at all even a trace of sorrow should come? When everything is Paramananda Sarupa. See, Shruti is the highest Pramana. It says, oh man, you are limitless happiness principle. You are Paramananda Sarupa. Should we not experience it? We don't experience it. Then how come? You say highest Pramana. It's the truth. That means, though it is the truth, there is some obstruction in us which denies us what the truth is. In this context, in Vedanta, a story is told. Story of virtue is also called Bharsu at places. Virtue was a celebrated, able minister of a king. And because of his skill and dutifulness, he was very dear to the king, not simply minister. He was a close friend of the king. Obviously, other ministers were envious of him. Naturally, it happens. They wanted to get rid of this virtue. Once they got an opportunity, king has sent virtue with army to a distant border of his kingdom, where some revolt by unwanted elements were there, to subdue them. Virtue went, subdued the revolt, established law and order, and was returning. Other ministers had a plot. They had earlier stolen a garment of virtue. They smeared it with blood and went and showed to the king, "O king, very sad thing has happened. Though virtue did succeed in subduing the revolt, in the bargain, he got killed. Virtue is not there, he is dead. Not only he is dead, he has become a ghost." King was not aware of anything, plot being hatched. He believed that actually virtue has reached the boundaries of his kingdom. But these ministers saw to it that he is not able to enter the kingdom. Virtue got the news. This is what has happened. He started thinking the successful life that he had got, and now in what plight he is. This particular portion, this is narrated in the Vichar Sagara. And in that Vichar Sagara, the process, how he got dispassion, is very elaborately, minutely told. Worth reading. There's nothing much, just translation can help also. And he said, and he took sannyasa Genuine vairagya was there. And though the sanskaras were there of Adhyatma, he has smeared his body with the bhasma, holy ashes, vibhuti, and he was roaming in the forest. One day, the king happened to go for hunting in the forest. And actually, he saw virtue. Now see, who is the virtue? Close friend minister. He has seen him many times. Eyes are the pramana to see the form. Eyes have reported this is of virtue. But viparita bhavana, asambhavana. Asambhavana. Though he is seeing the virtue, impossible. He is not virtue because virtue is dead and gone. Viparita bhavana. He has become a ghost, and this is what ghost of virtue. See now. Though proper pramana reports his virtue, his notion is not virtue. So is our plight. Vedanta Pramana Upanishads reports of we are Paramatma Sarupa. We are all pervasive. Paramatma Sarupa. No trace of sorrow. But we have mistaken the body as I. Body, Jagat as real. Paramatma is not perceptible. In spite of Pramana telling us you are Paramatma, we are not able. This needs to be handled. That is why inquiry, Shravana has to be taken. The main obstacle is the Vishaya Priti, the love for sense object. Therefore, Sarvam Dukkham iti Anusmritya. Entire world projected by avidya is nothing but source of sorrow. Even Bhagavan Krishna says, what is it? This, what is that? Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This Jagat is what? Source of sorrow. It is not permanent. But we take it to be right opposite. So, therefore, what should be done? Anusmritya. Making the mind aware of this repeatedly, this fact. Kama bhogat manaha nivartaye. Kama janita bhoga. From the sense pleasures born of desire. From that, mind has to be withdrawn. If you are to use the popular word, what should be developed? Vairagya needs to be developed. Vedanta is uncompromising as far as this need is concerned, because if this is not accomplished, Atma Jnana is next to impossible. You may get some peace of mind. Your outlook toward the world may change. You may be a better person, a peaceful person, but you will continue to be samsari, subject to janma, marana, transmigration. birth, death, repeated cycle of birth and death. So therefore, Shastras repeat at the risk of repetition, whether in the beginning of the teaching, or in the middle of the teaching, or at the end of the teaching, the necessity of Vairagya is so dangerous. Why dangerous? Deprive us about our Paramananda Swarupa. Is it not danger? Can there be any greater loss than that? Subject to Janma Marana, can there be any greater danger than that? But we are not aware of. So therefore, we find it many places. It is what? By Vairagya, Nivartaye, by Vairagya, mind has to be withdrawn from the Kama Bhoga Vishayas. In the Ashtavakra it is said, Muktim Ichchase Chet Tata Vishayan Vishavat Tej. Ashtavakra says, Janaka, O Tata, O Sani, Muktim Ichchase Chet. If you desire to get moksha, Vishayan Vishavat Tej. Give up the sense objects. Give up the sense indulgence, Kama Bhoga. Like what? Vishavat. Like poison. I said, no. If we have no viveka, if we have no duridakshaya, this statement may sound as what? As I said, an over-exaggerated pessimism. No. Vivek Chodamani says, sense objects are more dangerous than Vishya, poison. How come? Poison can harm you provided it enters your system. Either you consume, or you get a snake bite, etc., or some poke, something like that. Vishayas are more dangerous because they need not enter your body. Very sight of it, dangerous. That's what happened to who? Vishwamitra. See, great tapasvi fell for Menaka. For Vishwamitra, Menaka, for others, even any Kubja will do. So, Vivek Chodamani says, Doshena Tivro Vishaya Krishna Sarpa Vishadapi Visham Hanti Bhoktaram Drashtaram Chakshape. Vishayaha, I think it is 79. The number may little vary. Vivek Chodamani is 79. Or somewhere there, because some Pathantaras are there. Doshena Tivro Vishaya. Vishaya is much more highly defective, dangerous than what? Krishna Sarpa Vishadapi. Than the black cobra. Black cobra is said to be very, very poisonous. If stung, the person will not see the next sunrise. That is what it is. How come? Reason is being given. Visham nihanti bhoktaram. Poison kills who consumes the poison, either taking inside or cobra sting, etc. But drashtaram chakshusapeyam chakshushapi ayam vishaya. This vishaya destroys the person who sees. He falls for it just by sight. That's why one should be very careful about the ahara intake, not simply food eaten, what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you smell, what you touch. I remember an incident. This is when, many decades earlier, when the TVs have just come, black and white TVs have come to India. So one of my students, an elderly person, very prominent person, he was talking to our neighbor and he mentioned about the Swami, me. He's like this, etc., teaches, etc. That lady, acha, Swamiji is like that. You please ask him. I feel frightened, as if somebody will come and kidnap me. Somebody may rob me, etc. So what is the remedy for that? Look, Swami is not like soothsayer, etc. He's not, he simply teaches Vedanta. And he casually told me. I thought, why did you tell him? Tell her like that. Tell her, stop seeing idiot box. All horror things are movies that are coming and she is seeing them. Automatically what happens? Such fear comes. Horror, this, etc. It has impact. Why? News at COVID time. 20% was real danger. 80% by mass media. These stupid statistics. Its basis can be questioned, challenged. People fall for it. See, the journalists don't know. Because first thing, they don't believe in Papa Punya. Whether you believe or not, Papa is going to catch. By such wrong news. When you give the news, it is your responsibility that you should verify it. Even if least trace of doubt is there, don't give it. But nowadays, to make money, what is that? TRP, what is that? Television rating points, etc. Which has not happened, they give. Such things which create horror in the mind of the people. Some Mahatma said, they don't know many lives will not be sufficient to wash off such sins. It was creating fear, horror, not in the mind of 1 or 2, millions of people. They don't know because they don't accept Papa Punya. The present day problem of the world, diagnosed with the 2 reasons. 2 things are lacking. Daiva Priti, Papa Bhiti. Devotion to Bhagavan is lacking. They question Bhagavan himself. What is the proof that Rama was born? Celebrated, educated lawyers. You know, you must be knowing what has happened in the court at the Ram Janam. I think that lawyer must be a Kashmiri Brahman, I think. The name seems like that. Questioning what all things. Anyway, Daiva Preeti is not there. Devotion to Bhagavan is not there. Papa Bhiti is not there. Fear of sin is not there. If these two were there, which is the fact, it is not an imagination to just control people, etc. 99% of the crimes will not be there. 1% need to be handled by the law. So this is what it is. This poison harms the one who consumes it. Vishaya, sense object, by very sight can damage the interest of the individual. Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself says, Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Janma, great defect. Jara, old age, don't ask at all. Vyadhi, diseases. Dukkha, anudarshana. From Shastras you find out. From teaching of Guru you find out. These are all infested with perennial sorrows. And we are after that. Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvama. Don't hope to get nitya sukha in this world. Seek me, which is your sarupa. Don't think that I want clientele of devotees, etc. I don't need. But you are me, I am you. I am Paramasarupa, I know, you don't know. And you suffer. Even in the Ashtakara it is said, Moksho Vishaya Vairasyam Bandho Vaishayika Sukha Etavadeva Vijnanam Yathechasi Tatakuru. Janaka, you do what you want. But know this much. I am not forcing you. What is it? Moksho Vishaya Vairasyam. Vishaya Vairagya Moksha. If you have accomplished Vishaya Vairagya, it is as good as you have got moksha. After it is a matter of time. Just like that. Pat. Bandho Vaishayika Sukha. Bondage is sense pleasure. Etavadev Vijnanam. All that needs to be known is only this much. Yathechasya Tadaguru. I am not telling you what to do and what not to do. You do what you want. But know this much. This cannot be otherwise. So therefore, mind distracted in the Vishaya should be repeatedly withdrawn. Which was Yato nischarati manaschanchana astiram tatas tato niyamaitat atmaneva vasham nahi. Bhagavan Krishna Bhagavad Gita. On account of whatever Vishayas, the mind gets distracted. It says, Bhashya says, Abhasi Krutya. Reduce that Vishaya to Mithya and withdraw the mind from that. Atmani eva vasham nahi. Make it absorbed in the Atma. So that is what he said. Dukkham sarvam anusmritya kama bhogat nivartaye. Further tip is being given. We'll see next time. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।